Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Today we have the Bozlun W31 color screen multifunctional smartwatch. Now they call it a smartwatch, I call it an average intelligence watch. It's not quite a smartwatch, but it's not, just your average watch. It's kind of in the middle, and honestly, for $58.99, it's not bad. I'm not a smartwatch guy. I mean, I work on a computer every day. I come home and work on a computer doing these reviews. I've got a computer in my pocket, my cell phone. I just don't need another computer on my wrist. So I like to go analog with my watches for the most part, except for some Casio G-Shocks. But this is not bad. I mean, again, it's not really a smartwatch. You don't have a touch screen. It doesn't have some of the functionality of a smartwatch, and it's relatively cheap. But guys, I mean, Bozlun reached out to me. I will tell you, they sent me one to keep for free for doing the review. So I said, you know what? I don't review smartwatches, but what the heck? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what I think. Now, I am familiar with smartwatches, obviously. And this is, again, smartwatch is being very generous with this thing. I mean, it was smart if this was back in the 80s. Let's just put it that way. All right, so here you go. Bozlun watch box. Open this thing up. All right, you get the manual written in Chinese and English. You get a charging cable. I really do like the charging cable, by the way, this magnetic charging cable, pretty cool. And of course you have the watch. Now the watch is not gonna win any design awards for originality. I mean, it's pretty generic looking, but I mean, it's, again, not bad. I'm not here to hate on this thing, but I am gonna tell you, again, it's not a smartwatch. It's just kind of like a, like I said, a multifunctional watch with a few extra little features. Now this isn't going to be a, huge in-depth review because honestly, smartwatches kind of bore me, to tell you the truth. So I'll just go over kind of the basic functions of this thing, and kind of show you around the watch, tell you what I think. All right, here's your main button to get into everything. You push it right here. Okay, and what that's going to do is that's going to let you access all the different features. And these pushers right here cycle through all the different features. There you go. And then if you want to go back, you press this bottom button, and that goes all the way back up to the top. So the first option is your skin for your clock. You got multiple different options. That one I think is one of the neatest looking. I think there's 6 of them, I believe. There you go. There's one that looks like it has a little turbine at the bottom. Now the interesting thing about these skins is one, it doesn't show you the battery percentage, I think, but on one of them, and that's this one. Let me go ahead and press the middle button here, the crown. And if you notice, the crown has a little ring here that screws around, but it doesn't do anything. It's just for looks. The crown is actually a pusher. So there you go. So you find the one you want. Now you have to go all the way back, push it in, push it, and there is your skin. See, it doesn't show any battery percentage on this screen right here. Let me show you the rest of them. So let's go down. There we go. There's another one, another one, another one. This one actually does show the battery percentage, I believe. Yeah, that shows you the battery percentage right there. And it's kind of like looking at the instruments on the bridge of the Enterprise. All of that information they show on all those different screens, none of it actually really means anything. It's just there for eye candy. It's just there to look good. I mean, look at this thing right here. There's not an actual compass on this watch. This is some sort of radar. You've got a solar system here. You got but you do have your day, your month, and your date. And of course you have the time. So let's try another one here. All right, there's one, there's the other one. There's the one we just did. This one right here is interesting. You see the date. I don't know what this big teal circle is, no idea. I'm betting this little circle right here indicates battery life. I'm just guessing. I bet when the battery gets full, that is full. And then when it starts going down, that starts going down too. So the spinning planet, no idea. So let's do another one. All right, there's another one. And then you're back. So it's really, like I said, it's like you're on the bridge of the Enterprise. All those screens, all those buttons really don't do anything, obviously, because it's a movie. But that's kind of what they do with this watch, man. There's a lot of stuff that's just there just to look good. So let's go through the basic functions. All right, so there you have your skin selector. So there's your heart rate monitor. I did try that out. That actually works. Pretty cool. Some sort of sleep timer. All right, so here's your stopwatch. You've got your start, stop buttons over here. There's start. Stop is down here. Most of the time, the start and stop button are the same buttons. I'm not quite sure why they split it up into two different buttons. Anyway, there's your stop, your reset, and then your quit. So let's go down again. Whoops. All right, so there we go. All right, this is your camera. You could actually shake the watch, and then that'll take a picture on your cell phone. You can also get your messages on this thing. There's your Bluetooth connectivity, which is an absolute nightmare to try to connect this thing. It was just such a painful process. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Guys, it's a painful process. There's your battery level indicator. See, it says charged right there. Now, let me show you something real quick that I thought was interesting. Now, those are all the main features of the watch. Now, you also have a couple other features up here. Let's get out of this menu. All right. You have your different, there's like your step counter and how many calories you've burned. And then you go down here, and these are your different sports. You can do running, cycling, badminton, because so many people play badminton, football, climbing, table tennis, basketball, just plain old walking, running, cycling. I don't know why I'm reading these off to you. Y'all can read. And there you go. None of these activities I do. Maybe a little bit of basketball once in a while, but that's it. So you go back to here. Let's get out of the screen. Let's go back to sport. Let's go back into the calorie counter. There you go. Let's see if that does it. Let me see if that has an additional menu. It doesn't. All right. So there you go. And let me show you something with this charger, which I thought was actually kind of cool. I like this magnetic charger a lot. It's pretty neat. All you do, and if you look on the back here before I tell you about that, here is your heart rate sensor, and there's your charging port. Around the periphery, you've got Bose 90 W31 stainless steel ring. It's a stainless steel ring. I'm not quite sure if they're talking about this or I guess maybe it's the top here. Now there's some numbers around here. They are absolutely useless because they're all, there's no paint on them. So you can see them where my finger is. Right there. Anyway, so what else to say? Waterproof IP67. Basically it's 5 atmospheres waterproof, so it's splash resistant. Don't take this thing swimming, guys. What else does it say? Smart model. That's debatable. Let's just say average intelligence, like I said before. Plastic case. That's not a news flash. Of course, it's a plastic case. And if you look on the metal is not, I'm assuming it's some sort of stainless steel, but it's got a weird finish on it. So it looks a little bit cheap, unfortunately. But anyway, let me show you the charging thing. You can only do it one way because of the polarity of the magnets. There you go, now it goes into charging mode. Now, if you notice on the charging screen, again, you're on the bridge of the Enterprise. None of this makes any sense. I mean, it shows you that the watch is charging, but then down here it shows a full battery. And then here it shows, I guess it's connected maybe? You can't do anything while it's charging. So I have no idea just from this main screen if it's actually charged or not. This is always full. This little icon right here with the battery is always full. And this is always showing charging, and this is always just shows connected. So I'm not quite sure. Anyway, you take the cable off. There you go. It comes back to life. Again, not touch screen. It doesn't light up when you turn your wrist at a certain angle. I mean, it's not, guys, it's not a real smartwatch. But for the money, it's not bad. I mean, it does have pretty decent battery life. I've been messing with this thing for, gosh, hours and hours. And the battery hasn't gone down, which is, promising. You can see that the display turns off after a few seconds to save that battery life. And it's not bad. It comes in black, white, and gray. I mean, it's, for 58 bucks, man. What else I want to tell you about this thing? Let me get this charging cable out of the way here. I'm looking at their website. Again, $58.99. Bozlun W31 latest smartwatch. And let me read off the specs here, okay? Let me see. Obviously, a buckle and tang. Case shape is round. Here are the different functions it says it has. Chronograph, Bluetooth, auto date, stopwatch. Now, another thing, you can't set anything on this watch unless you're connected via Bluetooth. You can't set the time on this thing unless the watch is connected. And that's my main gripe about this thing, is pairing this thing up was an absolute nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare, guys. Anyway, let me also bring out the, before I do over the rest of the specs, let me bring this out, because this gave the basic dimensions of the watch. Let me see, look here. W31 color screen watch. The resolution is 240 × 204. If y'all can see that. Main body is 47 millimeters. It's 14 millimeters thick. Product material, plastic. Acceleration sensor, 3-axis. Battery capacity, 310 milliamp battery. Not bad. Standby time, 720 hours. Don't believe that for 1 second. Bluetooth 4.0, waterproof IP67. Again, that's 5 atmospheres. Of course, you got mineral glass and portable magnetic charging. So what else does it say on here? All right, here are the functions. Chronograph, Bluetooth, auto date, stopwatch, week display, message reminder, heart rate monitor, sleep tracker, swim, fitness tracker, perpetual calendar, call reminder, alarm, complete calendar, LED display, shock resistant. I don't know about shock resistant. Water resistant, backlight, yeah, it has one. Let me see, Android 4.4. It says the case material is 6063 aviation aluminum. I don't know about that, maybe, who knows. IPS HD color screen, acceleration sensor, again, the battery capacity, standby time. There you go. So anyway, so guys, I just wanted to do like a real quick review of this thing. Again, not a smartwatch person at all, but for 58 bucks, I mean, you know, gosh, if you just want something that does a little bit more than your normal watch does, this might be the watch for you, man. All right, let's talk about the strap. It's got a nice supple rubber strap with some quick release spring bars right here. Actually feels really good. I was actually kind of surprised. Well done, Bozlun. So let's go ahead and try this thing on. It is a little bit small for my wrist, which is not a big deal, but it feels great. I'm really impressed. Again, not going to win any design awards. It's pretty generic looking, but at least it feels good. So that's really about it for how it looks and how it feels. Let's go ahead and do a lume shot. Obviously, it doesn't really have any lume because the screen is backlit. There you go. That's what it looks like at night. Pretty cool, man. Anyway, guys, that's been it for this one. If you want to get one, head on over to Bozlun's site. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field. Again, they're $58.99. They come in black, white, and gray. And I'll make sure to put that link in the description field for you. And again, this has been the Bozlun W31 color screen multifunctional quote-unquote smartwatch. Until the next review, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.